Welcome back. Almost 6:27 on your Wednesday morning. May is Lyme Disease Awareness Month, and if you're like me, you've probably noticed some of these disgusting ticks in your yard, maybe even on your pets. I've heard of people having them on their own skin. How can we get rid of these disgusting creatures? Joining me now is Matt Lloyd from Grace Services. Let's talk about ticks, Matt. Are they bad this year, or as the weather heats up, do they get worse, or what's going on out there with ticks right now?
Seems like any more ticks are bad every year. They've been migrating more north, so they're just everywhere.
Yeah, so how can we identify these things? They're obviously these little, they're tiny, like black bugs, like creepy crawly looking things.
Yeah, they're actually in the spider family, so you got 8 legs. They really do look like a spider.
Yeah.
And they're hanging out outside.
Do they live in grass, or do they live in plants, or where do
Well, ticks are normally on the edges of woods and bushy areas.
Okay.
And they'll go up to a favored spot on a piece of grass or limb, and they'll just sit there and do what's called questing. They'll just stick their arms out and wait for someone to walk by, and they can sit there for a very long time.
Wow.
Until they grab onto somebody.
And then they latch on to either a pet or a human, and then they just latch on. And then do they bury their heads?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They want to feed on your blood as well.
So that's gross. How do we remove a tick if we have a tick in our skin or our pet's skin?
If you do get one on you, or one is on your pet, you don't want to freak out. First thing you do is get some tweezers, and you want to try to slowly remove the whole tick, including the head.
Okay. What happens because I've heard of cases where you try to pull the tick out and the head breaks off inside the skin?
Well, if you can't get it all out, you want to go see your doctor or your vet.
Okay. How dangerous is that?
Well, entomologists say that a tick bite cannot cause Lyme disease until it's been in you for 36 hours.
Okay.
So if you've been out in the woods and you come out and you find a tick in you and you pull it out, your risk is very low.
May is also Lyme Disease Awareness Month, and it's caused by ticks, right? But it has to be is it like an infected tick, or not every tick that gets on you is going to give you Lyme disease, am I right?
Right, but there's no way to tell which ones have them, which ones don't.
Right, so the biggest thing obviously is to get it out of your skin as soon as possible, because
Correct.
You said 36 hours is when it could start.
Correct, so if you're out in heavy, dense vegetation, first thing you do is check yourself for ticks.
Okay. How can we get rid of ticks? Obviously, you guys have some exterminating services, and then how can just, our viewers out there get rid of ticks?
Well, if you're worried about them on your property, we can do a directed liquid application to your structure, which would take care of anything that is around the structure.
Okay.
The main thing homeowners want to look out for is you don't want that knee-high grass in your backyard that your kids are running through, or your dogs, or anything like that.
So keep the grass cut, and that helps
Absolutely.
as well. All right, one last thing we wanted to touch on, because there's something called a weevil as well, you were telling me. So
Correct.
How do we, distinguish which one is which?
Well, we get a lot of calls for strawberry weevils, which hang out in the same environment. And as you see there, it's got more of a pinched head, elongated body, 6 legs instead of 8. But a lot of people see these out, and they're on rhododendron bushes or strawberry plants, and they freak out. They think they have a whole bunch of ticks, call us out, and it's just your ordinary strawberry weevil.
Okay, so these guys aren't dangerous.
No.
It's the ticks that are dangerous.
Absolutely.
All right, let's take the full screen graphic here, because we want people to know how to get a hold of you in case they do have some ticks in their yard.
Yes, if you have any questions, stop down and see us, 715 North Meridian Road, or give us a call, 799-7900. And remember, if you got bugs, just say grace.
Thank you so much, Matt. I like that little promo that you did right there. Thanks for coming in,
Hey, thanks,
joining us for 2 segments this morning. We appreciate it. Emily.